Hey, what's up you guys? Hope you're all doing well, and welcome back to a brand new video. So today we're going to be talking about Pokimane. Initially, I didn't want to talk about her because honestly, she's been done to death at this point, but she's been going through so much bullshit and controversy because she continuously fucks up. As a commentary channel and someone who at heart loves doing this kind of content and just talking and giving my opinions, this isn't something that I can really miss out on, and I think everybody needs to know about it, so spreading it is probably the best thing for everybody. Well, obviously not the best thing for Poki, but best thing for everybody else. So this has to do with cookies. It's a controversy with fucking cookies, of all things. So let me break it down for you for those of you that may not have heard about it, but if you did, let me give you a bit of a rehash. So essentially, recently Poki came out with this brand of cookies, and they're not just any cookies, they're healthy cookies, so you can eat them and not feel like shit afterwards, which is a pretty great concept. I think we can all relate to that. Obviously, when we're eating something like a burger or a chicken sandwich, it's not exactly good for your health, but it tastes good, and I think a lot of us make that sacrifice, and it's not good for any of our bodies. So this is kind of a cool thing. At least that's what you think on the surface until you take a tiny bit of a deeper dive and actually open your fucking eyes, and you realize this is extremely overpriced, and she's trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Again, at this point, I'm not surprised. It's Pokimane. Why wouldn't she do some greasy, slimy shit like this? So, after this was out for a little bit, people started to realize that Costco was selling a brand of cookies that were so unbelievably similar. The same name, similar packaging, the same exact ingredients, calorie count, and everything. Yeah, this is pretty much the exact same product Poki is selling. Why is she claiming that she created this shit? The price for 4 of those bags of the original cookies are $9.99, and the price of the remade cookies from Pokimane for 4 bags is $28, so that's $7 a bag, which is fairly expensive. So right here is a picture from Twitter, I'll put it on the screen. Pokimane's new product is apparently just a rebranded Tootsie Midnight Cookie, which she sells for 3 times the price, the only difference being the cookies have vitamin D, $28 versus $9.99 for 400 grams. So yeah, that basically just rehashes everything that I just said. She's upselling the price for essentially the same product with the same things in it. The only difference is apparently just fucking vitamin D, which is like mushroom powder. I don't really see why that deserves such an insane markup. That's like, what, close to 3 times the original price of the cookies for essentially the same thing. So Poki initially released a video, but I'm going to show you guys the Twitter post that she did about it as well. It's finally here, introducing my new company, Mina Snacks. I could never find the perfect healthy snack that tastes good, so I made one for us. The Midnight Mini Cookies are made with real, non-GMO ingredients plus added vitamin D. So take a very, very close look at this picture on the screen and just kind of follow along, right? It says, I could never find the perfect healthy snack that tasted good, so I made one for us. That clearly implies this did not exist before and she made it herself. Well, isn't it interesting how the previous picture I showed shows that they already fucking existed? So she didn't create this. She didn't make it from the ground up. It was something that was already out there and she just adapted it. This has been 2 years in the making and my heart is so full. My co-founder Darcy has 20 years plus in the snack industry and we wanted to do everything right for you guys. The stats feel good, but the taste is even better. Again, she wanted to do everything right, but she took essentially the same product, marked it up by 3 times, and is now selling it to consumers. So obviously, after people realized this, they got mad. They started making videos and Twitter posts and all that kind of shit. So you gotta think to yourself, she knew these cookies were out there. She knew that she wasn't the first one to do this, so why didn't she mention it, like in her post or in her video? Why did she act like it didn't exist? Because there's no way people were not gonna realize this. I'm guessing that's what she was hoping for. Because why would you not put that out there beforehand? Because obviously people are going to complain about it when they see it. Because it looks like a blatant fucking ripoff of a previous product that has already existed and you're claiming to have ownership of it, that you made it from the ground up when you didn't. So after all the backlash, she ended up posting, there's been some confusion about the product I launched and I'm here to set the record straight. And she posted 2 screenshots of like these fucking notes, so I'm gonna have to read those off to you guys too. The batch of Mina cookies we're currently shipping were made 3 weeks ago. They're not a dropship product and we own our formula. The cookies they are being compared to were also made by our manufacturer, Creation Foods, which specializes in healthy food. The compared cookies had 1 test batch sold before they were retired. Months later, we partnered with Creation Foods and fell in love with the flavor profile of the Midnight Cookie. So this already tells you she didn't fucking make it. That previous picture, I'll put up on screen again, that she made this is not true. The 2 years thing is not true. She didn't make this. She fell in love with an already existing product that was going into retirement and then remade them and just added vitamin D and kicked up the price. Yeah, and people are trying to defend her. We then decided to work together to refine and improve the formula, and we're really happy with the final product. While the ingredients list may look similar, and actually looks exactly the same, they're entirely different in terms of ingredient quality, quantity/ratio, sourcing, the size, texture of the cookie, and of course the added vitamin D. Refining formulas is a very common practice in the food industry, plus around 70 to 80% of the foods you see in the grocery stores are white labeled. So this is essentially her trying to defend the fact that the ingredients list is so similar in that she's making the same cookie essentially. So I think we can all agree that Pokimane isn't a very reliable narrator, so all the shit she says basically has to be taken with a grain of salt. So her saying, oh, these are different ingredients in terms of quality and ratios and everything, but they're all the exact same on the package, so how do we know that's even true? She's lied to people before, why wouldn't she lie to people again? So I don't know if I believe that necessarily, and even if that's the case, does that really mean that you can mark it up by 3 times of an existing product? She also had another section of the notes thing that I just read. It was about pricing, but it's so bullshit that I don't even want to read it. Now, if that all sounds bad to you, which it should, she also went on stream making fun of the situation and basically called everybody who didn't want to spend the money on these cookies broke boys. I've never owned a company, I've never created a company, but to me, I don't think it's very good business practice to call your potential consumers fucking broke. It's wild, man. It's so weird considering Poki is always getting herself into some shit and she continues to do it and then acts like, oh, it's just incel behavior. People don't like me because I'm a woman. No, they don't like you because you do dumbass shit like this and try to fool people. So here's the broke boy clip just so you guys can actually hear it from the horse's mouth.
When people are like, oh my god, $28 for cookies? It's 4 bags. That's $7 a bag. I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but like if you're a broke boy, just say so.
And again, if that wasn't bad enough, we still have one more thing to talk about. Now this does have to do with the whole Pokimane thing, but it's not specifically Pokimane. This is about Nadia, this fucking washed up, dried out Call of Duty YouTuber or streamer that now streams IRL content, I guess. She commented on the situation on Twitter, and it's fucking hilarious. So it seems that she may have actually deleted this post from Twitter, which makes a lot of sense ever since this whole drama started. She deleted a shit ton of posts. I'm pretty sure I have a screenshot of it, so I'll just put that on screen right now. I'll just try to my best to like kind of recollect what she said and then go off of that. You guys will have the picture up here anyway, so you'll have the exact context. So essentially what she says is you have people like Sneeko, Aiden Ross, and Neon doing dumb shit in public and spreading nothing but negativity, but when Pokimane sells cookies, it's a problem and that's when you want to speak out. Which has got to be one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen on Twitter, and one of the most brain-dead, ridiculously stupid takes I've seen in a while. It's funny that she mentions those specific people, because Sneeko, I remember there was a point in time for like a straight month or two, he was getting flamed on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, pretty much every platform. People were hating on this motherfucker consistently, again and again and again, and people are hating on Neon right now too, and Aiden Ross. Go on Twitter. These people are constantly getting shade thrown at them for good reason, but it happens. So the fact that she just wants to pretend that doesn't happen in order to fucking support her narrative is insane. Like, anybody can have a good argument if you just pretend that something doesn't exist. Just pretend like all the hit pieces made on these popular, ridiculously stupid streamers don't exist, and then maybe, just maybe, you'll have some dumbass who doesn't know about it and will agree with you. She also mentions how the industry is just awful to women, which I can agree to an extent, yes. But this isn't an example you can use, because Pokimane did this to herself. She always does it to herself. It's not like any of these situations are people just hating on Pokimane for no reason. She actually has a lot of people against her for very, very valid reasons. So again, Nadia taking this and acting as if, oh, it's just because she's a woman is fucking stupid. There's no way, after being on the internet for this long and connecting with this many content creators, you don't see the relentless hit pieces made on Neon and Sneeko and Aiden Ross and all these other popular streamers that promote negativity all the time. Like, apparently Pokimane isn't doing something negative right now, acting as if they don't get any hate at all, but Pokimane's getting all of it just because she's a woman. What, are you getting hate for that same reason too? She had a whole back and forth with Optimus and he made her look stupid, so she deleted her video, or not video, her tweets, which is why I think she deleted that one, or it's just not showing up for some reason. Which kind of tells the kind of person she is. She doesn't really stand on her business. She says a lot of shit that she doesn't believe in, or something that she doesn't really have proof of. And then when she gets called out and realizes she's dumb as fuck, she just kind of steps back and pretends like it didn't happen. Not to mention, she opened up like an OnlyFans account or some shit, so What a surprise, right? I hate the idea that people spread, oh, this is all incel behavior. You disagree with me? You're an incel. You disagree with me? You hate women. You don't like women. What the fuck does this have to do with that? Pokey is legitimately fucking up here. Use an actual example of women being mistreated in the industry, and then maybe people will side with you. But you're not doing that. You're using something completely irrelevant to try to make you like this fucking philosopher, like, ugh, yeah, I know what's going on. I know what's right and what's wrong. I'm so fucking smart, but you're not. You're saying dumbass shit, and you're not even standing on your shit. You look up Sneeko, I guarantee a lot of the shit you're gonna see on YouTube are hit pieces. Same thing with Neon, same thing with Aiden Ross. I don't like Pokimane. I really, really strongly dislike Pokimane, but that doesn't mean that I looked at this and I see that, oh, maybe she's right here, but I'm just gonna go on the other side and shit on her anyway because she's a woman. Or because I don't like her. No, I'm shitting on her because what she's doing is fucked up and she's lying about it. And then calling people broke for not wanting to buy these fucking overpriced cookies. Critical made a video about it. A lot of people have. I think Tom Dark did, or Turkey Tom, and Optimus did it as well. Anyway, hope you guys have a good day. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a bit of a longer one. I'm gonna have to edit the shit out of this. Have a good night. Love all of you. Peace.